What's up? What's up? What's up?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Looks like a straight trend down day at this point, doesn't it? Golly.
Sure does. One-way action.
A one-way street here. Down 1.5% SPY right at that 1% mark.
I did buy the 600 Q puts for 37 cents. They're marking currently at 97. Nice little double here.
I'm kind of looking around at different things. I'm really not interested in a whole lot just right here where we're at. You can see, let me make sure this is big enough. Let's do this. You can see this was the gap that we left right here on Friday into Monday. You can see the exact bottom of that is where we wicked down to. But when we came back, we rejected 6,700 key level SPX. We've pushed back down, kind of filling in where that big wick was. NDX, same thing. You had the gap fill here. Wick down, we filled it. Now we're down below it. But there's a lot of support here. And then the daily view. Touch your daily 21 on SPY. Hanging out below the 9 now. We were trying to reclaim it. And exact wick low of the day on QQQ, daily 21 EMA. So interesting spot here.
Yeah, this 664, 665 area kind of in the SPY. Yeah, you're gonna have some chop in here. If we do start pushing through that level, if the breast gets a little bit weaker. Like I said, I think I said it about an hour ago. I said rallies probably look to be sold if you get any small ones. There hasn't been many. Been a couple little wicks up on the 1 minute, but not very many. But they've all been sold lower. But you do have a little bit if you are short on a shorter time frame. You know, you are coming to a bigger area that we could, chop a little bit or get a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, I was kind of going through, I was kind of looking at some of the other ones. Obviously, Tesla earnings today. It's down here. Not a terrible spot. It's above 430. And just in between in the same range. If you look at it on the higher time frame, it's right in this consolidation still, right?
Yep.
Apple, Ming-Shin Kuo.
Tesla expected move too is about $32 in Tesla for Friday's expiration. So that's moved up a couple dollars. I believe yesterday it was
real fast.
28.
Ming-Shin Kuo says Apple sales were not up to expectations. Sorry, real fast.
Yeah.
Most suppliers are expected to reduce capacity for Apple. Sorry, that was coming in my ear, Will. I was going to make sure we got that out to everyone in the stock stuff there. Yeah, and I was like, okay, if I don't start trying to say this while I'm hearing it, I'll lose it and I'll have to go find it.
That's
you're
Apple down almost
Tesla
$10 off the high. You got Apple 265 yesterday. $9 trading back down. You do have a gap there right around that 253.5 area. I believe is the top of that wick, so keep that in mind as we press a little lower in Apple.
There's Jordy sliding in here with us. Evan notably quiet on the Apple headline.
I had to post it. I was also posting the link to the YouTube. I posted it onto mine, and then I was about to quote retweet it onto Wolf. Wolf Trading needs to tweet it out. So there's a lot of stuff I know once we get started on the live streams that we got to go in and do. It's also dropping a comment in different places.
All right. Yeah, we mentioned Tesla earnings later. Be very interesting. It is sitting in this just same range. Basically, it's been in for a month, a little bit over a month at this point, basically 5 weeks, kind of in this range. So we'll see. I think the expected move was less than I thought. Will, wasn't it like 7%? I think.
Yeah, right now it's showing just under $32 is the expected move. I believe yesterday it was down around 28, so that's come up a couple bucks since yesterday's
VIX popped
trade.
up a little bit, about 7.5% based on where we're at now. That would take us to either 460s or down to 400. And I think we're about to get a new low of day right here.
Yeah, they just continued pressure, and I don't see on my end, kind of what I'm looking at, the breadth continues to weaken, and the ticks just keep slamming back down the buys. NVIDIA does have that. I mentioned that level in NVIDIA in the low 177s. There's a wick low from I think 10-15's trade, which is 177.29.
Yeah, we just broke that, didn't we?
Did it break it? Did it break down?
Yeah, it did just about 10 minutes ago.
Yep. So it did trade there. So watch that area.
Sitting right there, yeah. But it did lose all those moving averages.
Yeah, now on the daily, you're starting to. This is below the 50. You were kind of sandwiched between the 50 and the 20 for 4, 5, 6 days in a row, and finally you get the break below the 50.
Anybody else having problems with the hood, Robinhood options? It says 1DTE here not working for them. I can check mine and see if mine has any issues. I haven't noticed anything today, but I haven't tried to trade in a while. Let's see. 1DTE options. Mine seem to be working fine here, Dr. J. I don't know if anybody else has anything. What's up? Arrow Floyd says, hello, Bears. Does that mean you're a bear, or are you saying hello to the Bears? Oh, yep. 1DT broken for me too. No quotes. Okay, interesting. I do have quotes on mine. What are the thoughts on Hood here? So Hood, I mentioned this on Spaces earlier. We're right on the 50-day, which we're a little bit below it right now, which is fine, because by the end of the day, we can see if this still closes. You may get like a candle that kind of undercuts the 50-day, but kind of holds on to it, gets back above it. But I mean, when Hood has done this isn't much of a pullback. But 50-day moving average, you had some of these previous highs over here that I think would be interesting as well. 118s, you're kind of got a little volume shelf here at 122, 123 that's right under that. It actually could accelerate a little bit more to that 117 down to 115 area. That's where I'd probably be most interested, around that 115. A little bit lower. How far is it off the highs?
Dude, Hoodie's cooking me under this 125 if we close under that. It's not good.
But yeah, there is trend line support coming in on a primary from April's low right at that 117 level as well. So you got a couple confluence areas of support right around that 117.
Yep. Yeah, so if I could draw that both ways. So like if I do this right here, look about where it intersects. This will be on tomorrow's daily candle at 117.5. That would be an interesting spot to me. Maybe a wick down below that and a close above it. Either way.
Get some candle confirmation there, and that could be a good area for a trade setup as well.
Oh, there we go. Saying hello to the bears, giving us some good prices. All right, that makes sense. Best stock in the world is green today. That's all I really care about. No, I'm just kidding. Apple starting to accelerate new lows. We just got new lows across the indices here. 780 is my next spot that I see down on NQ. 780.
Let's go pro fast. Still up 61% on his long position on hood. Let's go.
I've been relatively short all morning, and it's been working out wonderfully. Yeah,
I'm seeing more people reporting order book glitches on hood right now. I don't have it. I'm on desktop. I haven't checked mobile, but on desktop, I don't have any issues with my order book on the options.
So we get into the afternoon. Today's close is definitely going to be interesting to see kind of where we go. Pushing, we've filled that gap. We're pressing a little lower in the SPX. We do have trend. Getting close to looking on the 4-hour on the SPX trend line support coming in from last Friday's low. Or I'm sorry, it would be Monday's low on the 4-hour. Maybe around the 67.50 area. Could from that wick low on I think it was Monday, and draw it up through Thursday's candle. Kind of, yep, exactly. So a couple levels there. Keep an eye on that spot. Could get some responsive trade from that.
And there's a lot of traffic that you're running into down here.
Correct. Yep, I would agree. The other thing is too is you're kind of, when you look at this, how we've traded in the last 10 days now, what I would call is we had that balance area that we had last week. Monday, we broke out of that small triangle that had formed. We break to the upside, and we spend basically 2 days going nowhere. And then we kind of fall back into this balance area. So could be, obviously with earnings ahead of us, but a rejection of the breakout, and then you fall back into this balance area, which I would say for me is somewhere around the 690, to the lower end, and the very low end is 665.50. So 66.90, 66.50 is kind of a big balance. Maybe you could go a little tighter than that and maybe say, that 66.15, 66.20 area all the way up to 66.90 is kind of back to your balance.
Yeah, I'm seeing Tasty Trades, Weeble, Hood, as well as others, all having options chain issues right now. I don't see it on mine personally, but I do see a lot of people saying that.
That's rough.
Okay. Right at 600, kind of psychological level in QQQ as well is interesting. I don't know. I closed out all my shorts on the gap fill and just kind of been hanging out, honestly.
Yeah, I played my play. I've been chilling since.
Fidelity and E-Trade also I'm seeing here in the comments over on X. Bid-ask spread. Okay, let me go look again and just see if it's Are you guys looking at calls, puts? What are you looking at here? I'll just go to like 665 calls for tomorrow and see what it looks like. Mine looks normal. 260 to 250. But once again, I'm on desktop. I don't know. I'm on desktop and I'm on Hood. But I see a lot of you guys saying it. People over in Discord, people on X.
Maybe we go outside, touch some grass.
I'm not going to say good morning.
Evan's not
because there's
having it, bro.
nothing
When the
good
market's
about it.
down, Evan just wants to touch grass and close the market.
What am I supposed to do?
I know. What am I supposed
Ooh, Eric the boy, congrats on that. Will, shout out to you. He followed you a little bit on SPX, made a bag.
Good job. Great trade.
I mean, how are you traders doing today? Are you guys green?
Oh,
One in the
phenomenal.
chat
I
if
took
you
my
guys are
one
green.
long this morning that you heard me took, and I took that to TP, and been a great day. My long term is obviously like taking a hit today, but I don't care about that. Shit. That'll be fine. And I don't feel like I missed out on any short because I would have only taken one play today anyway, probably. So I'm not.
Yeah,
It's not like I would have hit a bigger target on short or something. Really, like I'm gonna look for a similar risk to reward on every trade, depending on like what I'm given in terms of clear targets, and I could care less if the market came down. So that's the beauty of not over trading, though, right?
Yep. And the best part is market's going down. Don't try to fight the trend.
No.
If you're new and and you're not a experienced trader or where you can trade certain scalp levels, if the trade's going in one direction, I try to trade the direction of the trend. I'm not gonna try to look for buy bounces. I look for areas to sell because it's easier. You're going against the herd.
I did get slapped on 2x leverage hood this morning though. Took the hit on that. That sucked. Because I didn't buy those yesterday. But I'll be back. I'll be back with that. But yeah, that's where actually like days like this really can pay to be a trader, but it's also just like over a long-term period, most traders are not going to be able to consistently like obviously outperform the market, right? But
yep. And these are fast
it
days
is nice
too.
on these days when you're able to do that or do what you're doing. Will kind of I don't know. I know you've been trading for a while, but I feel like you do things in a very low risk way for the most part. Like you're doing a lot of selling options when you can, which I love, and I don't know.
Yeah, I try to
approach.
I try to like I take a look at internals and I kind of see how the day's setting up, and then as I watch the internals, if they start to get relatively weaker, I like to sell call spreads above the market, or I'll sell them naked in the SPY. SPX is a big contract to sell naked, but I typically try to do it that way or look at broken wing stuff. in case you do get a reversal. Sometimes those spreads can expand and help you. But the easiest way is definitely look to try to sell stuff out of the money to capture some credit, or sell some upside calls and buy some short-term put spreads, and try to do it for limited capital. So
Agreed.
I'll look at selling a maybe 10, 20 wide call spread in the SPX and maybe buy a 10 wide put spread, so my delta or my net debit that I'm paying for the trade is as close to zero as possible, or maybe a credit. So I as long as it stays below that certain area, that short strike on the upside and the call, I kind of have a risk-free trade to the downside if we get some acceleration.
Agreed. And I saw that question from 89. He says, why is it not a buy opportunity for stocks will continue to rise? Well, there's some stocks out there we were maybe talking about, like something like Netflix. I know, Emp, you're talking about, but for me, for the most part, I'm not really buying anything here in my long term, unless they're names that are not really moving with the market, because the market can fall much, much, much more. This is not a dip I'm interested in personally. I know it looks like this giant dip on the intraday, and it's a decent dip on like even the bigger time frame, but like nothing close to what I need to be adding to positions in terms of like SPY and QQQ in my long term.
No.
There's just no chance. Like a day dipping down is not going to do it for me. I need 20% corrections in the market to be buying dips. Like I'm not looking for I'm not looking for a little dip in the market. I will be very patient. I will sit with cash on the sidelines, and wait for what I know comes in the market in cycles all the time, right? This happens over and over. Now, the market's been very bullish, and the last time we took the tariff dip is something like I took advantage of that dip. That was a massive correction we had in the market, right? And so we're doing well from that dip, but since then we really haven't had a massive correction like that. And so until that comes, I mean, I'm not really heavily buying anything unless it's a name that's maybe underperforming that I really, really, really like. That's massively underperforming the market. So that's my
what's up?
What's up, Will?
Yeah, I was just reading this question. Yeah,
just real fast, there's issues happening with the options book apparently on multiple brokers right now. So if yours is frozen, if it looks weird, funky, your best thing to do might be to just try to get out of a position when weird things like this happen, or just close your eyes and wait if you've got good risk management in there. A lot of times, things get funky. I like to just get out, just say, okay, whatever, just get me out of the position. Things are going hairy or haywire. I don't really want to be a part of it. But just the update is we see multiple outages across these. If you're in a comfortable position, you're probably fine to leave it and wait for that to come back up.
Yeah, the other thing, back to the comment about when you want to buy when stuff's down, I definitely like to go shopping when stuff's down. Like we talked about Netflix earlier, sitting on the 200-day. Like I said, I'd like to wait a couple more days to kind of see where that shakes out in case there is a little bit more selling in the broad market. Could push maybe Netflix a little lower where you can get some opportunities. But, we look at the bigger pictures we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, obviously coming into earnings. You start to look at the Qs and NDX, broken trend on the big daily time frame. And we traded 2 days ago on Monday. We talked about it. I posted a couple of charts of the Qs trading right to the backside of the trend line on the daily. And we went sideways, and now we've broken back below into this range. So there is, we're starting to get a little bit more two-sided trade here, where I would be right now pausing, because should we start to sell a little bit lower, whether it's tomorrow or the next day, and we start to go test the lower end of this range, it's more likely that you fail down there the more times you go to it. So if we start trading towards, in the mid 590s, I'd just be a little bit more cautious. You could wait. Being patient is one of the best things that I can do as a trader, that I've done for a long time, is don't buy the first pullback. Wait, let things settle out, because things can go a lot further than you think. And it's better to just wait until you see some candle confirmations back to the upside, or some support that comes in or something like that before you go in and just start buying, because you can get stuff at better prices. Yeah, I mean, if you're buying, that's one other thing you could do. Like if, for example, if you like Netflix, or whatever stock it is that's pulled back, and you think, hey, I want to own it a little bit lower, I want to own it in this area, you can start a position. If you're, let's just say, I'll use just for simplicity, you're trading 100 shares, maybe buy 25 is a quarter position to start, see where it goes. If you like it, if it does go a little bit lower or whatever the stock is, you can always add to your position and start building a position. You don't got to put a full size on right away. So I'd always encourage people to do that. If you kind of like the position, it's coming into an area of support or something you like, start with a smaller position to start it out. And then you can always add, as it gets further towards the level that you like.
Yeah, there's Netflix touched that 200-day right there.
I bought 5 more shares of BMNR. It got below my cost basis.
Let's go, Evan.
It looks so bad.
Guys, I am now right on my BMNR. 47.53 cost basis.
I want to be positive. I'm trying. Good Lord.
Well, here's the thing. Can you do me a favor? What does the TA look like? Are you on ETH? I was going to say, what does it look like in ETH?
I mean, the answer is not good.
What about a longer time frame?
This is the daily.
Nice.
I'd say it looks heavy.
What if it holds at this nice level here? There's a nice little wall it's trying to tap onto the top. That's around all-time highs. If it holds this level here, this could be not a horrible place to consolidate for a move higher.
The only thing about when you look at Ethereum is the more times you trade back to a level towards this 3,800, it's kind of like what I call a trap door. Like if you trade there once, you get the big responsive candle that you had on the 12th, which you see there, and then you kind of they get lower. Exactly.
I've seen that play out too many times. It's just like,
yeah.
oh,
I don't like buying. Yeah, third level of support's usually not a good one. So if I was long it, or if I was long if it was an equity or a stock or anything else, if I had a long position here, I'd probably be trying to sell calls, above the area, which would be probably like, in this one 42.50 just for where we're at. But I don't like charts where we retest the same level 2, 3, 4 times. You're gonna break eventually. Usually 3, 4. 3's enough. 3's usually the time you break, unfortunately. Does it always happen? No, but it's not one I'd be sticking my neck out for a long. I did just notice one other thing is I'm kind of scanning through some stuff. Credit, I'm looking at high yield, HYG again. Perfect touch back to the trend line after last week's sell-off. And we started to, if you take a trend line from the top and kind of draw those, intersect those three right around that $80.90, and we've traded lower off that. Kind of looked above, and now we're dropped back below it and below the moving averages again. So credit with some, bankruptcy news and some other stuff going on. that continues to be weak, but that is kind of a bellwether for the SPX. It definitely doesn't help it when that trades lower. Yeah, Carvana taking a bath today, down $40, I believe, from yesterday's session. Big drop on some of that news. Looks like, yeah, and what was that? The other news on it? Yeah, auto market flashing warning signs concerning in subprime auto lending. That one could be one to watch. I wouldn't chase it, and I would certainly.
Auto market is flashing warning signs, according to Barron's article. Getting a nice little bounce here after taking that low. Volatility. VIX. Here's your VIX today. It hit 21 up there at the high.
What a great day. Down 4%.
How would you trade beyond? I would not. So you tell me how you trade this.
You can't. Close your eyes and hope.
Yeah, just take it off of your screen.
Guys, I really tell me fun is not a compelling story. We got. Where is that? Can you look at what does the TA say about fun? Like, is it at any interesting levels on the downside? Because it was just going horribly for a while for that name.
So fun.
You
look at this. This doesn't look good.
This looks horrible, right? Disgusting.
So it's hard to paint a good picture, you know.
It makes me want to short it.
But if you are just from a straight up TA, I mean, you could say, okay, is there a trend line that we're trying to break? Oh no!
Yeah, we got rejection.
We got rejected right at it. Oh no!
I'm telling you, a meme market. This is a compelling story.
Yeah, but the meme market's been going on for like what, 2 weeks? It's usually like the max time.
I love
good headline.
You know, to your point, we talk about trend lines. Like, I just like to trade in the direction of the trend. Not that you can't find one, but you can wait for them to jump. And if you want to take a small position in it, you take a small position, but cut it fast if it doesn't work. That would be my advice. Do not ride it to lower lows.
I mean, so my point would be like on Beyond. From the entire stock lost 70% of its value from pre-market high to noon. It's like what, 6 hours, just over like 7 hours. 70% of the value of the entire stock went down in 7 hours. Like, I don't understand how you set any risk reward to be a part of anything like that, period. And if you're thinking about it from the story perspective, it's a fake meat company that has been failing miserably on the verge of bankruptcy that just tried to reshift some of their board and stuff like that. And then you've got people just trying to meme stock squeeze it. So
see somebody posting in chat about hymns. If you want to pull up that chart.
Yeah, let me look at the intraday and then we'll go to the daily real fast because I looked at this earlier. HIMS does not look good. We talked about this the other day. Okay, all right. Look at this daily on HIMS. We talked about this the other day. So HIMS pushed up here and then had a big failure. You see the 50-day moving average right here. This is the 50-day. Failed to get back above it, immediately rejected it. The 2 days after that, yesterday, pushed down below this low. This is not a good look. Your 200 days catching up. That's the only like next spot of interest, I guess, would be your 200-day right at 46. And if you look left, maybe you could say there's a slight spot here. But this doesn't look good, honestly.
No, I would
The action
agree.
on this has been so gross too. Like,
This goes back if you just kind of you draw a line horizontal at that 43.5, 44 or whatever that is. You're kind of trading back again down to that level. If you do get below that 200, path of least resistance, unfortunately, probably looks lower because you're banging on that area once again. I don't know unless you get a big candle off the 200 where you get a strong, buyer step in and you get a big strong candle back to the upside. That'd be the only thing that would interest me.
yeah, I think you got to have some narrative stuff change on this too a little bit, because like Trump just came out basically this day right here, the 16th or 17th, came out and said he was going to make these weight loss drugs like way cheaper, and that was part of their bullish thesis. Got kind of reversed by the administration, so you have a narrative thematic problem a little bit there too. Hood. We talked
Useless
about Hood a little
biomass
bit.
talking some shit. Put it, highlight it. He said, and I thought Jordan talks a lot. We
Jordan
kind of
talk-
backhanded. We hit both of you guys in one diss. Honestly, I respect the one line.
I respect
Oh.
it.
Good. Of course, it's from
Res-
Twitter too. Good
I
job.
respect it.
I respect it. I do talk a
so
lot.
this-
I'm a yapper.
He got you though. But he hit both of you in one. That's the good part about that one. Oh damn.
Hey, but I yap
So-
good shit. All right, I yap good shit.
This comment right here, real fast. If you're in Hood and Hood's down 7% today, selling on a 7% down day is usually the worst decision, because when you have that big of an outsized move, you usually get some kind of rebound, right? That rubber band's a little stretched, comes bouncing back. If you're over leveraged, like, yeah, you may be in a bad spot. But I know it sounds
I was in
contrary.
leverage ETF, so I cut it this morning. But
I know if it sounds like contrary to what your brain wants to do, but
yeah,
when
definitely.
something drops like this, you're usually going to get some type of bounce back at least. I would think. I mean, it could get continuation first, and then it's still probably bounce back up here, and you can get out, unless something like crazy happens. But just in normal, when you get usually when you get a big move, you get some kind of rebound, even if it's to reshort it. But selling. I mean, just think about the people that were freaking out back in April. And I think about this, people that were, I mean, on this day right here, when we just gapped down, we lost all of this, we gapped down, and then this next day, look, if you sold here, I mean, literally, the next day it was higher, 3 days later it was much higher, and then it's just something to consider. I mean, trade your own plan, of course, but usually a big down day is not the day you want to start selling stuff. I mean, if you want to pick up some protection, some hedges or something, maybe that could be a better route for you. But
yeah, or if you're if you can trade options, if you have the ability, you can sell calls above because there's some high volatility in there as well, because you got a big candle. Try to capture some if you do get a little bit of a small bounce or we go a little bit lower, you can try and pick up some cut your deltas that way.
Boeing negotiations with the union leadership have ended. No further report that I see just yet.
Useless biomass. Ask again. Another one. Ooh, thoughts on Amazon. Let's go to that.
Thoughts on Amazon. So I want to pull up the chart. Amazon is noticeably weaker than, I'm going to take some of these drawings off here just a little bit. Amazon's noticeably weaker when all the other Mag 7s have basically come up here and made a new all-time high. Tesla and Amazon are the only two that haven't. Tesla, I think, belongs in its own category, separate of whatever the market's doing, honestly. But Amazon is interesting here. I mean, you've got a shot at the 200-day right here that it's held, pushed back up, and it's just hanging out here. Earnings next week will tell us a lot. I don't think from a price, like fundamental basis, Amazon's cheaper now than it's been in a long time. I like Amazon. I think Amazon's a strong company. I don't have a problem with it. If you're looking to trade it, I don't think you want to trade it until after earnings, possibly, unless you're trying to play a run up into it. Your premiums are going to be really high. They report next week on Thursday. Yes, next Thursday. Right there, boom. Shout out to our friends at Earnings Hub. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Earnings Hub, this Earnings Hub is amazing, by the way. A little shout out to them. Go to Earnings Hub. Actually, there's a link. There's a code that you can use, code SPACES, over on Earnings Hub, and I think you get I don't remember what the discount was. Hamid told us the other day, but there's a discount there, and some really cool features. One of the things I really like is this AI summary. So, like yesterday, I didn't get a chance to listen to the Netflix earnings call because we had Dan Niles on live stream. Priorities, right? But I can go to the AI summary here and see all the positive and negatives that they talked about using AI in that transcript. Dan Niles, I asked him about Amazon. He said the recent stuff, basically, and we can find the clip and you can watch it as well. But basically, the recent Prime days weren't going too well. Maybe a little bit of worry with the pull forward for the holiday season, but he didn't have any like questions around Amazon. He thought probably into Thanksgiving holiday and through the end of the year, we're actually going to end up moving higher on a lot of things. And I believe Amazon is included in that. But maybe some concerns with the Prime Day stuff, numbers being a little bit soft, but you're not going to compete with them. We saw what AWS did the other day. You see how many people are Amazon customers. So earnings will give us a lot better picture a week from tomorrow.
Let's what's up, Casey?
What's up?
Appreciate you coming in and joining us.
Yeah.
How's your day
Figured I
going?
could hang out for a few. I've only taken, I'm in a few swing trades right now. This morning I went short on IWM with some 244s on live stream and had a nice little move down. Other than that, options chain is completely messed up right now on Webull. If you're using Webull, it is frozen. Apparently there's issues on Robinhood right now as well with the options chain, but Webull is frozen. You cannot do limit orders. You can only do market orders right now. So there's some issues going on with the brokerages again. So just sitting back.
Okay, is that mic a cheap mic or is that an expensive one? It could be one of those ones like China, like, hey, close.
$100.
Okay.
Not bad.
He bought the glowing one.
It was actually a gift. KC. Soldier Boy.
Oh.
No, first QCOM. Down day in the market. QCOM slightly red, but still holding up relatively strong here above everything. I still really like QCOM. Tell me what you think about Dell. Bishop actually took some calls this morning on. I did too. Dell. Let me see. I looked left at kind of this area, and then they have a while until their earnings, but they had a price target upgrade as well, and it's been just consolidating here. You finally got the 21 EMA, the 20-day kind of catching up here. So I'm taking a shot at Dell here, 165s for November. If you look at your 4-hour chart as well, you should see it's a little buy spot. You'll see a lot right there. You see, like the recent areas where that's been tested. I mean, it's coming down to key spot of support. So that's the other one. Apple puts right now, and I have no idea if they're up, down, or anything. So so everyone in the chat's been saying the options book's not really working across multiple brokers right now. Yup. The only thing on Webull you can do is do market orders, but you don't know what the price is going to be. Mike Alfred initiates long position and open door. Oh shit! What a loser. Open door. Wow. That guy can really move stocks, though, I'll tell you what. I wasn't calling him a loser. I was talking about open. I honestly don't know the guy. Your spine QQQ charts are setting up daily reversals, and we filled the gap downside, so we might see some continuation now. Yeah, once we got moving today, it was pretty easy clear trade for me.
I'll tell you-
NDX was the clearest look on it because once we got like below this again and back to like here, it was like, okay, let's go fill this gap. And we did, and then we continued a little bit further. SPX had a similar look. You had this gap right here. So once we lost this 6,700, it just pulled straight through this gap right here real fast. So I got everything I wanted, but this does not look like a reversal to the upside that I want to play anytime soon either.
I'll tell you what I did buy calls in earlier right now, which is holding up, is DraftKings.
I bought DraftKings this morning. I bought some in after hours, and then I bought some more this morning. Because it changes the narrative, right?
Let me see.
So
they're in the money.
They acquired a company, just for anyone that wasn't around, they acquired a company that does prediction markets, which is one of the reasons why DraftKings was falling, was because people were worried about these prediction markets on Hood, Kalshi, Polymarket. So DraftKings adding that in should bring them probably back up here, just from a narrative basis. Plus, it's very oversold, very historical level here. You look back to the left. All this. So I bought DraftKings equity. I didn't buy any calls, but I probably should have.
Weeble says I'm down 99.9% on my $35 calls that are now in the money. So
let's go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, get good, loser.
Hey, speaking of get good, look at this comment, Evan.
It's okay.
I don't know how true that is because Apple literally made an all-time high this week, like yesterday.
The 1 week chart says down 3.8% on the individual report.
But
1 month is down 3.6 now. The 3 month is up 11. The year to date is up 32.
Would you long this chart, Casey?
What is that?
No, you don't have to worry about what it is. Just tell me if you would long it.
What? I mean, I see a little bit of support right there, but would I long that shit? No, I would have shorted the shit out of it, probably.
Yesterday.
Yeah, either that candle right there to the left, that one right there, or 3 candles back to the left, the little one on the little retest, right? Yeah, and then that rejection.
This was a retest too. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have went short there. That looks disgusting. That's the evening star, and it's playing out to the downside.
This comment has me dying. Oh my gosh.
Does this look bullish?
No, that's bearish, and that's continuation. It's going to go lower most likely. I can't fucking see because my screen says, what is that?
Evan,
Bitcoin's losing the
smile and wave.
Oh, that's Bitcoin?
No, it was Ethereum is what he was showing.
That was Ethereum. Now I'm looking at
Ethereum?
Bitcoin. Bitcoin's under the 200-day again after holding it the last 2 days on a reclaim.
Uh-oh. Everly sad. Ugh.
She's sad because she's embarrassed for how her dad and everyone on the stream is going to look so dumb when BMNR goes to 75 tomorrow. No, I know it's not true. I'm kidding. Speaking of, I was thinking of putting some disclaimers in the bio here next time, in the description. I think that makes sense. Ooh, we got Nancy in the chat. No GeoGuessr today, probably, sadly. Tesla earnings.
Tesla is going to be a fun one today.
So Beverly, you want to go long Ethereum?
He's loving this long Ethereum. You really want to chase it.
No, I'm kidding. It's honestly, part of it is just like for the content and the memes. I mean, I did buy a lot of BMNR. I own a good bit of BMNR at this point in time in my long-term board. So,
You know what that makes me think of, Evan?
what does it make you think of? BRNY? Is that a ticker you might be looking for? That one looks better. Come on. Maybe
does.
It's not like it's not ripping to the upside, but
No, it does. I wouldn't mind getting some more granny shots in the old portfolio. Doesn't this look like a decent reversal? Maybe you're just now getting into a 21 EMA on the 5-minute. You're still more than one standard deviation away from VWAP. Like, it's hard to get that excited yet, but you know, you get this much action. Like I was saying earlier, on a bigger scale, you do get some type of little rubber band back at some point. But could they come back in when you have a trend day? Trend days like to close at or near the direction they were going. So you could pop back up here and then just do like this for a while. We'll see. We have obviously earnings this afternoon. Tesla earnings is going to be very interesting. We never did update that title, did we? SPX coming back to life. Maybe. But you
I'm
do have a little
terrified for
higher
Tesla.
low.
Don't be terrified. I have over 50% of my portfolio in Tesla, and I'm not terrified. Don't be.
Good
all right.
Lord.
High concentration. That's conviction right there.
If anybody should be scared, it's me. But
so, hey, let's talk about that. Like, are you doing anything around earnings? Are you just let it ride?
Just kicking back. I'm up so much on it already. I'm up like 100% on it. It's like, just letting it ride. Let it cook. Nothing that's going to happen is going to scare me out. Even if we were to drop, it would take a lot to drop to my average. And yeah, I'm in for the ride. If I lose it all, I'll be fine. So
do you sell some calls against your shares?
That's something I haven't done enough of in the past, man. Gosh, I would have made so much more money doing that. Oh,
if it's expected moves only 31. So if we're trading 430, your upside's 465. You could get further away and sell like the 490s. They're trading for $1.70. That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
If I was looking to trade Tesla this afternoon on the earnings, I would be using a 2x leverage ETF. TSLG is one of those from our friends over at Leverage Shares. TSLG.
Yes, sir.
You can get in and out. Like, options market's obviously closed while all of it's going. I think the numbers are probably going to be okay. I don't think that people really are going to care about the numbers, but the stock will probably move off of them a little bit. It always does. It's a very high beta stock. I think what Elon and the team says on the call, this is just my thoughts, right? I think that's going to be the most important dynamic of what we'll see today with Tesla. So that being said, if I see some spots, I'll chart the actual Tesla chart. And if we get like a big move somewhere, for example, if we like shoot down here to 420 and I see that, I'm probably going to buy some TSLG and try to get some action that way. So like if we came down down here somewhere, I would probably buy some TSLG and see if I can get a little move up from there. That's how I'll look to play Tesla. Really, any of these earnings coming up, I don't like to mess with the options at all. There's some ways to do it. Paper Gains has a really good system for doing calendar spreads around mispriced earnings, but I like because I can trade these 2x leverage ones. I can buy it while Elon's talking. I can sell it while he's still talking. I can sell it tomorrow morning, whatever. So that's what I would do. I would check out, and if you go to leverage shares, you can see all the different versions that they have. They have a ton of them here. Put that on your radar for sure for earnings season if you like to trade. I would look at leveraged ETFs to trade around earnings before I looked at really anything else like options wise. I know DC, I did buy Netflix, by the way, right here off the 200 day. I didn't buy options, I just bought equity. NFLU could be an option too. But yeah, that's my thoughts around Tesla and the earnings. I have no idea what's going to happen. I really would just rather pop some popcorn and listen to Elon.
That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna make some chicken soup dumplings, some crunchy garlic chili oil, and kick back and listen to Papa Elon. See what he wants to say.
What you gonna do? Act a fool.
Hopefully stock rips. Or she tanks and we set up to get to them all-time highs finally. I don't know. We'll see. The best thing I can do is just not look at my portfolio for the next week, probably. It's probably a good idea.
What did gold end up doing?
Goldilocks.
Yesterday's
Pretty
low.
chill today.
Bounced its way back to yesterday's low. Oh, we did come up. Look, that fair value gap, it went all the way through it. Touched the 21 and 20 day.
So you'll notice a lot of the time,
up.
like we'll respect the bottom of it like we did there. That's one thing I'm trying to get better at is like understanding when that needs to happen. But to me, it doesn't matter because we either will tap initially into it and then set up my model, or we don't tap initially into it and we will just keep drilling. My model won't form and we end up respecting the bottom of it. And then maybe I get a setup or something like that.
I mean, so
it's interesting. I'm trying to get better at figuring out like, oh, this is when we're going to drill to the low. But to be honest, I don't need to know. All I need is to wait for my setup in that area,
Yeah. Well, I mean, on this one, you had a pretty interesting candle.
Yeah.
That showed, a hammer
Wild.
candle. This is last night at 8 p.m. And then today coming down, you say like came under it and then you like reclaimed it.
Yeah.
Like you can see this, like I went from a daily to a 5-minute here. This reclaim that look, and then you get the higher high here. That looks good for
it's a
this
nice
move.
look for sure.
Just from a price action standpoint. So
Agreed.
you see like a lot of things I look for, like, okay, you go under something and then you get back in it. Like it's what we call like a, undercut and reclaim.
See, and look, it's so funny. Like the same, I don't use moving averages, but the same fair value gap that I use. This is what I mean when all strategies are the fucking same, guys. Like you use what works for your brain best. The same fair value gap that I'm looking at, that I'm getting confluence for. What does Emp have there? He has his EMAs or whatever simple moving averages they might be. I don't remember which ones those are, but like he has his other confluences.
So 21,
and they line up perfectly. Like
it's a 21 EMA and
use
a 20
what works
simple
for you, bro. Like it's all the same.
Here's what I say.
Strategy ain't gonna save you. It's not gonna save you ever. Discipline will.
You try to find as many pieces of confluence for every trade possible. So if Jordan had his system, which we drew this box yesterday, so you see that. So you either look for a tap into it up here, which it did actually tap into it yesterday, play out for the bounce, and then once it re-entered, it traversed it.
Told that.
traversed it, and then it got back inside, and now it's traversing it back up, right? But then with Confluence, you can see, okay, first touch of, look at this, August 26th, first time you've touched a key moving average.
Pretty bullish.
Usually you get some type of reaction, right? We've seen that multiple times.
Pretty bullish, if you ask me.
I mean, look, when you touch the 50-day on NQ, or look at QQQ, here you go. First touch of the 50-day, look what QQQ did. I mean, goodness. SPY still hasn't technically touched it. Pretty close enough, really. And look, IWM, boom. I don't know. Just kind of how my brain works a little bit.
Yeah, I just love to see that. I love to see like different strategies align, because it proves my thesis of things being very, very, very similar. Because I used to think, guys, like the next strategy is going to save me. The next strategy is going to save me. And there's such thing as having, like, you need to have a good strategy. Obviously, you need to have something that actually works. But it just needs to make sense to you at the same time. Like the way I trade makes sense for me to get clarity, but it's all so similar. And it just goes to show that, like, trying to skip and find the next strat, it's not going to save you. It's never going to save you. What's going to save you is you sitting down with yourself with all the issues and the problems that you're making on a given day and preventing those from happening, right? Which generally comes from you wanting to make money over playing your plan. And just got to follow the rules. I mean, it's so much easier said than done. I know that, but there's no choice. You either do that or continuously lose money over and over, blow accounts. There's no in between.
The IBM chart looks really good, by the way.
Yeah, it does. Very nice.
Recently made a new all-time high, pulled back into the EMAs from an overextension, pushing back up. It's in a good spot. Those earnings are after hours. We'll get those 408 estimated time on those, looking for 16 billion revenue, 2.44 EPS.
It's another kind of
to see
slight
this turn around a little bit.
AI play as well. A little bit of direction on some of the AI companies. We'll see what IBM says.
Yeah, they beat the last 2 quarters. They had a revenue miss back Q3 of last year. Let's see, positives, negatives. Last quarter, strong financial performance. They had a lot of growth. They do have AI momentum going on. That's good. A lot of partnerships. Oracle, AWS. Okay. Their consulting segment was a negative. Some of their transaction processing. And then just the software industry in general. And of course, I think everyone last quarter, if you look at the earnings summary, everyone, geopolitical and economic uncertainties, I think that's on like every single transcript from the last earnings season.
Amp, could you do me a favor?
Yes, sir.
Can you pull up your broker and go to the Soldier Boy ticker options chain? And look at the $29 calls for November 21st and let me know what price it tells you they're at.
29, November 21st. It is 2.7. Ask is 2.7 and bid is 2.65. Mid-mark 2.68, which means those are up over 100% today.
So I can't manage this position because it shows me that they're still at $200.
265, 270 right now.
Well, I'm going to do a market sell and let's see if I get fucked. They filled me at 260. I love you. Thank you.
The ticker they're talking about is U. It is like you, Soldier Boy.
They filled me at 260. Look at that.
Soldier Boy up in it.
Look at that. They filled me.
Watch me roll.
Soldier Boy really fell off.
Superman. Ever since he tried to make that Atari gaming console.
Yeah,
I'll never
I
forget
forgot about that.
Dude, I'll never forget that he was on the Breakfast Club and they asked him about like Drake. He's like, Drake? Aubrey?
Too funny.
That was one of the best interview clips ever. Okay. Now, is DKNG still pushing over 35? A little bit. I don't know how much of these are worth either. I guess I can market sell this and see what happens. What $35 calls November 21st. 35 November 21st. Those are also at 265. Two bids 250, ask is 265. Oh. Which are at the high. Yeah. I don't want to get fucked out of that one. So it's like a 30% gain, I think, for you. Somewhere there. What'd you get in at? Do you remember? For the DraftKings? Yeah. Did you buy them today? Yeah, I bought them today. I bought them a little bit ago. I think I bought them for like 240 or 250. Okay. Yeah. So they probably haven't moved anything. No, they haven't really moved. The low of the day was $2. That was like right at the open. And the high is right where we're at right now, 265 on those 35, 11, 21 calls for DKNG. Well, Soldier Boy ticker's still pushing up higher. I just trimmed out some of those. Still looking for 23. If it can break this spot here, I'll trim some more. I thought by the time DraftKings got to like 35.10, 35.15, Wood's got a nice little curl here. That 50-day moving average is
There
like
was a headline. I don't know if this impacts those names. Kalshi is apparently fielding interest to raise at 10 to 12 billion. Last was 5. So I don't know if that's linked.
Not much else green on the old watch list today. Boy, somebody chased Mike Alford up here and got wrecked.
Hamma jamma.
What's up, guys?
Breath a little bit off
What's up,
lows, but
Pajama?
still weak.
How was your trading day?
Beautiful. I took one long this morning. Rode
Nice.
it to the like pre-market highs we had or whatever. I forget where on NQ. What was it? So like those 270s on NQ and got out, and then this market dumped on tariff news.
Yep.
You know what's crazy? I longed the gap fill. I longed
caught the
right
bottom.
here. Like
Yeah.
let me zoom in right here. So here's my box. I longed right here. Took it to the gap. I closed right here, and then I got back short right here with Frank.
Beautiful.
And I closed right here. So it's been a good day. I just took really just two main trades. Haven't done much else. What have you been up to, Amajama?
When it came back up and tried to test 670 on SPY, I took some calls, played those down, or puts, excuse me, and played those down.
Nice.
This little selling today makes me, I might be crazy. It makes me feel with CPI and coming into earnings that it's positioning for bulls more than an anticipation of dumping. I could be crazy though.
No, I don't hate that theory. The other thing I said was like we got the first mega cap tech earnings yesterday and they missed. And it
Yeah.
just reminds me of like a couple quarters back, maybe 3 quarters back, Meta had like a bad earnings. and like everyone was like reading through that one, and then the next day like Google or Microsoft reported, and it like completely flipped back. I don't know, somewhere it was Meta or Google or somebody. One of them like tanked. The whole market went down like 1.5%, and then the next day it like shot back up like 2%.
I mean, I could definitely see that happening. I'm not really opening any swings right now. I'm just playing what the market gives us in real time more than anything. Closed a couple swings red, but a couple worked out really well too. So Nike still looks good. I don't know if you're listening, Casey. Nike looks good.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Nike.
Yes. I got back into Nike yesterday morning, or sometime yesterday. Starting to push a little here on the video and SPY.
I really want NVIDIA to reclaim and hold this 50-day like at close. I don't know if it's going to happen. It needs to push up another like $1.20. But if it closed back up there, I would feel a little bit better about it. Netflix, nice bounce off that 200-day.
IBM's ripping right here.
I
think they're about to have earnings, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Expecting 16 billion. 2.44 in EPS.
Somebody asked how Stock Talk going to spin his bull thesis today. He won't have to. I'll do it for him. Look at ES. As long as you're holding the daily fair value gap that we're trying to run through on NQ with their correlated assets, ES, as long as it's holding 67.18, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed on this bigger time frame. So he'll have to spin it. I'll spin it for him.
We're above almost every major moving average. We are 1%.
Can it turn into something more? Sure, but we don't know that yet.
We are 1.19% from all-time high.
You know, when we didn't talk about today was IWM or the Russell. I don't know if we looked at that.
It's true. I didn't look at it too much.
No, I shorted it. I shorted this morning.
It was the weakest one. So like when I was looking at same story as yesterday, it was weaker. Like once everything yesterday was pushing up, it was the first one that kind of rolled and got weak. And today, out of the gate, it was the one that was rolling in weak.
Yep.
SPY was a little bit behind it, and then the Q's kind of caught up to it. But that was kind of my first tell.
When you look at bonds, if you look at the long bonds, rates have been coming down. That should be a helper for the small caps because you get lower rates. It should help the small caps, and they're actually doing the opposite, which is a little concerning. And we lost, if we close down here today, we're losing the 20, and it kind of puts us back in this lower end of the range over the past couple weeks.
And IWM actually had cleaner moves to the upside versus SPY and Qs last week. Maybe it was the end of the week before, but it looked better than them for
last week.
And then it turned into the bearish. Just dumping. Yeah, it's a little rough looking pattern. Like if we lose 240 on IWM, we could be in a little bit of trouble there. What do you guys think of Tesla earnings? I know you've talked about it 10 times, I'm sure. So,
I said this a little bit earlier. I'm curious your thoughts, Sam and Gemma.
Nope. We're going behind the cover. Literally just this second, Emp text us. We need to put Tesla earnings in the title at some point. Jordan, do you have the power to do that control or this with me or something? I botched the second part, but that was crazy timing, Emma.
I'm doing it right now.
Jamma or something.
That's hilarious.
He literally just texted us Tesla earnings in the title. You could also take that thing off. the screen. Shout out earnings hub, but this will stay there. If anyone
Yeah,
signs up, let me know what Code Spaces gets you. I don't know.
I think it's like 40% off the year, something like
The
that.
free,
Yeah,
listen, they're
he told us the
trying
other
to
day.
monetize it. The free version is good. Just use it that for now.
The Tesla earnings though, they're looking for 50 cents in EPS, 26.5 billion. My thought, Amajama, is that these numbers probably look good and they probably don't matter. I think whatever is said by Elon on the call, and the team, just updates of what's going on, how things are advancing, is going to be. It's all going to be narrative.
Yeah.
I don't think the numbers even matter. That's my thoughts. I'm curious.
The
what
other
you
thing
think.
will be, what does Q4 guidance look like with the EV tax credit going away on the autos? I think outside on the auto space, I think that's going to be important commentary on what he says about what the outlook is for sales on the auto side with no tax credit. And I think the other big thing that we really have to pay attention to is, what is the auto margin? Margin's going to be key. Did they, force some sales late August and September due to the tax credit expiring? What does that auto margin look like? I think will be a really crucial point.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I think that historically, something we've seen with Tesla is when they're talking about forward guidance and products, whether it be Optimus, self-drive, whatever, any hint of like delays, the market hates. And when they put a number behind the product, like last earnings, it almost like saved their ass when they put that quantitative number behind how many Optimus they expect to be sold by, what was it, 2030 or something. So in your head, you could like do the math and be like, well, that would add 50% to their bottom line, whatever. I don't have the numbers in front of me. So for me, they're very good at like putting a quantitative number. If they can put a quantitative number and push up like some sort of a deadline as far as the forward, I agree with it's all about forward guidance and those products and how, they're going to get rolled out. Delays is terrible. Anytime there's some sort of a delay, it seems to negatively affect the earnings reaction. So I think that, putting numbers behind, dates behind any of these products is really what people are looking for overall. And I also agree how they spin the lack of tax credit, what they're planning on doing from here. Those are kind of the two things I'm listening for, because last earnings, I kind of expected a little bit of a bloodbath, and it was semi-neutral. And I think the reason that we didn't get that nasty selling was because they put that number behind how many Optimus units they expect to be fully rolled out by whatever it was. So that's my thoughts on it. But we'll see.
It'll be a fun night. I'll be.
So I'm just looking at. I'm looking at.
By the way,
weekly.
Nancy
I'll be
asked.
listening in.
Yeah, Intel is on Thursday. By the way, Intel's Thursday.
I was just looking at a weekly chart on the Qs and the NDX, and obviously earnings play a big role in this. But I have one of the indicators that I run. I've gotten 2 sell signals in the last 2 weeks, and I haven't had any signals on the chart since April, which was a buy bottom. So the last time I got a sell signal on this weekly time frame, if we close the week on the low end of this range, I'd be a little bit more cautious on a bigger time frame, because the last time I got that was July of 24, and we traded down quite a bit during that time. So just keep an eye on these. Earnings are going to be crucial on market direction. If you have big positions on, or you have size accordingly, is all I can tell you. Because if there is some disappointment from Tesla, it could spill over into other names. And I think the bar is kind of set high because the market's traded so high. So if they don't either blow it out or have great earnings, the disappointment might be stronger to the downside than it is to the upside.
Intel has gone straight sideways.
I agree. And how much of the first
Good
half
Lord.
of the year is going to bleed into these numbers with the cancel culture, the anti-Tesla, I'm not buying Teslas. Is that actually going to, because, their deliveries did miss 2 quarters ago pretty badly. And then last quarter on lowered, less less expectation, they looked good. So I am curious to see how everything plays out, because to me it feels like there's a lot more that can hurt the stock than help the stock with these earnings. I don't know, that's just my feeling though. I love Tesla overall though, but I'm a little jaded on this earnings, I gotta be honest.
I just looked at Tesla. I sold a wide iron condor at the 485, 385 strike, 25 wide. The risk return, I mean, that's pretty far outside the expected move, and there's some premium in there. So small trade for fun. We'll see what happens.
That.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
Could go up, could go down.
Could go sideways.
I did iron
Sideways.
condors.
Will definitely go to the right. That's what I can tell you. It will go to the right.
If it goes to the left, close out your broker, walk away.
Yeah, if it goes to the left, we're fucked.
If it goes to the left, flip your monitor the other way because it's upside down.
Yeah, there you go.
I did a couple I've done iron condors a few times on a video and got some pretty nice premium off it. Because it's been nothing burgers, a lot of very flat earnings.
Yeah, and the people use that historic from when they had the night, all the big ones back here. They had, these earnings, and then since then it's been a lot more tame.
They've definitely pumped the IV into this in the last 48 hours for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we were checking Tesla, for example, yesterday, and it's gone up quite a bit into today, which VIX has gone up too, but running up into the day of kind of makes sense. Jostling for position. Saw a statistic not too long ago that, because people talk about option sellers or options buyers, like who normally wins, and a lot of the argument is that option sellers win more than options buyers, which is true in general markets, but on earnings it's actually 50-50 across, like they ran a report on like 3,500 stocks over multiple earnings. It's like 50-50 on whether buying or selling wins. So the options market's actually pretty efficient across the board for earnings.
Binary event, right? I mean, you got a binary event. It's
exactly
hard to get an edge. There's no edge there, really.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why I'm saying the market finds a way to make it a 50-50 odd between buying or selling.
It's amazing how that works. Like when you really look at the numbers behind that. I've got a limit buy set on Tesla for 250. If we get down there, I'm buying a whole lot of Tesla. Not saying that happens today. I'm saying over the next several months, if we ever get back to that level, I'm buying at least $100,000 worth of shares at 250.
We get there, I'm gonna be really short queues because that's a long way.
Yeah, I know. It's my hopes and dreams, guys. Don't crush them.
I think I think Ryan and I looked at it the other day. We were talking about Tesla. I like it in this, 350 area from this previous breakout. If we were to fail, somewhere in that 340, 350 area, where there's a shelf of previous highs there. I think in that area,
if it loses 400 or like this 50-day, if you look, like there is no volume here at all traded all the way. Like 360 is the first spot that you actually have any positioning. There's a little bit here that happened this day, but there's such a volume gap in this profile that if it does lose down here, break structure, like this, the move from here to here could be quick if that were to happen. I'm just saying that's what the volume profile tells you.
That's also where the 200 is on the daily chart. That's where, if we lose 400, I think 360 comes very quick. And I would be very happy at that price to add some leaps again.
Yeah, it's also the 20-week and the 50-week moving averages right between 345 and 360. So you got a confluence of support in that area on the profile and the volume, and these moving averages kind of right in that area. And honestly, it'd be a healthy area. Whether he bought $1 billion or not, he's worth 500 billion. So that's a drop in the bucket.
Isn't that insane? I remember when the richest people in the world, it wasn't too long ago, the richest people in the world were like at 32 billion, 30 billion.
I remember when 10 billion was like insane. Like there was like two, 3 people that like entered the 10 billion club.
Crazy. The rich do get richer.
I wonder let's see what it looks like right now. Elon Musk, 484. Larry Ellison.
He's got 35% on number 2. Woohoo! That's a lot.
That's crazy.
Zuckerberg. What's the implied move for Tesla rooms?
$35, about 7.5% is what we saw about an hour ago. So it was like 460s or 400, basically.
Yeah, $32 is expected move currently.
32, there it is.
So someone
32
just mentioned about selling some options. I might do the same on Tesla. Looking at this week's selling the 490s, buying the 515s, selling the 385s, and buying the 360s for a combo.
That's almost the same trade I just put on about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
I like those wings. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
one.
you can get about $225 overall right now on the premiums, so it's not bad.
I sold the 485s, the 485 500, and 385 is my short strike on the downside.
Yeah.
I like it because you got the 490. What was the previous high? I think in there I looked at was right around 488. It's kind of the previous high, and then on the downside, it puts you a little bit below that 400 mark where that expected move is, because there is a gap right at 396 that could get filled, and then you got the 50 below that at 393. So I thought 385 gives you a little more cushion.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to do 500s instead of the 490s. But I think the 490s look decent enough. Let me see. Delta.
Yeah, there's some juice in them right now. There's some premium up there.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too.
Yeah.
I like that. I like what I'm looking at it right now too. Good idea, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that one.
It's right around actually, if you look at the skew, it's right around on the call side, right around that 10, 11 delta, somewhere in there. And on the downside, that 385 is right around that 8, 9 delta on the short side on the puts.
A nice little run up into the earnings on Tesla right now.
You guys should be having maybe Troy joining in or something. I got to go to Stocks on Spaces pretty much right now.
Heard that.
But I think you guys are going to stay live through the numbers. I think they come out at like 4:07 or something. The earnings call is at 5:30, so you guys don't have to stay live for that. But so maybe you come in and join us back and join us for the second part of that convo.
Yeah, once the numbers
if you guys
come
are
out,
enjoying the stream, give it a like, subscribe to the channel as well. If you're already subscribed, hit that bell button. If you're on X, give the stream a like. I don't know, click out, give the stream a like, comment below it, and then click back in.
Amp, UAMY. Remember yesterday?
You ain't got no alibi. All right, Stocks on Spaces. Here we go. That's the alarm.
Look at it right now. 5-minute
you all.
chart.
I can subscribe. Go Jets.
sorry, headline.
I got no idea. Someone just bought $1 million worth of calls, 15s. There was already some yesterday.
Thing is pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the juice.
It's got the juice.
Thing is cooking. Holy shit.
Thing's fucking gone. Ain't no way Weeble's gonna fill any fucking orders right now.
The squawker just told me that UAMY was seeing new highs. Yep. KC beat you.
Oh, and that's I don't know what's going on with these premiums. It failed me though at that price. I don't know how, but it did.
Interesting that they're the only ones really moving. You know, I would almost go contrarian. I like the trade that you guys were talking out there. I would almost go contrarian to this from Shay or Shy. I could see Tesla going nowhere, like literally just going nowhere.
That's what I think is gonna happen. I think we're gonna see volatility, but
No,
I don't think
it
we're gonna see a
is-
continuation.
That freaking happened. Start co-hosting on your own account. I look down. Evan rugged himself from. Good lord, dude. Get it together, Evan. Evan just rugged himself from Stocks on Spaces twice. I had to get him back up on. All right. Ooh, a little red candle across the markets here into Power Hour.
UAMY is fucking going.
DC, what does this look like?
I mean, that's a big ass bear flag right there.
No. Oh no.
I wanted to pop a little bit higher. I was gonna try a short on ES and SPY.
I'm
Wanted
in the
SPY to
same
go
boat.
back test that previous month high around 667.35, but it didn't quite get up there. Is my options chain working now? Oh, hey, now it's working. It shows my UU calls at 270. Yay. But my DraftKings still show that I'm down 99%. Let's go.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Love how Evan like tries to comment in here somehow. Like I'm gonna see that instead of just texting me on the. Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. UAMY. Are the premiums working?
What do you have? I can tell you.
I took the 15s for December. The flows on the 15s for February, but I took them for December.
November 19th, $15 calls.
They filled
Alright.
me at 270.
$275 is the bid, $3 is the ask.
Oh shit, so they're spreading them now because it was a $5 wide spread at first.
Yeah, it's $25 right now.
Well, I'm not going to try to fill that because they're probably going to fill me in the 280s or something. I need like over 300. That thing is flying right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to put an order in at 300 and just see if it fills. No. No fill.
I can't believe Weeble still got issues. That's insanity to me.
It's like, so right now, some of my option chain are working, some is not. So like right now, DraftKings not working for me, Apple's not working for me, but now ticker UUUU, those calls, it shows me now I'm up 30% right now. So I guess Soldier Boy name is moving a little bit higher.
Look at this comeback on Dell.
It really exposed how cheap Weeble went as far as their, you know, their signals and their signal strength and main, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. This guy that works for AWS explained that the worst affected companies are the one that cut the most corners in their costs. And who knows if he's telling the truth? That is simply something I'm repeating. So I don't know. Let's see here.
Well, my Dell calls are back green, 20+%. Mentioned that to TC right when he joined.
UROY.
AQT. Oh,
UROY. Uranium Royal. Oh, look at that bad boy. That looks like UAMY.
Did you play Beyond, Casey?
Fuck no.
Me neither.
I wish I would have shorted that thing this morning.
Yeah, that insane. What an insane sell. I thought that was going to happen yesterday, and they pushed it another day.
we covered Hood a little bit earlier, but we do have Amajama here. I don't know if KC weighed in much on that, but when I covered just quickly, we got to the 50-day. There's a little bit of a volume shelf here, but you got to the 50-day, and it's bouncing off of that. You were down like 7%, so you're probably going to get a little snapback a little bit. Am I buying Hood right here? Personally, I'm not because of that. Me and Will talked about a spot we may be interested just chart wise. It's 117.5 kind of type of area where it would be trend support and these kind of highs back here, volume top of volume shelf. Amajama, you have any thoughts on Hood? I mean, I know it's a tough one because of what the chart's done.
Yeah, I think that Hood could come down to about almost exactly what you said. I've got kind of a buy area for short term, of course, 115.90 to 118. Like that would be where I would look for a little bit of a bounce on it. It does have earnings in 2 weeks. These companies that have ran as hard as Hood have, they're not really, I'm not in the mindset of investing in them anymore. It's all short-term trades for me, unless I get some sort of a reasonable pullback. It would just be short-term only. But if we did pull back and take a nice bounce, like say we pulled back to sub 118 and then pushed back above 120, I would like it. I would like it at that area to probably try to test that all-time high again. We've got 3 red candles on the weekly. That 3 red bar setup, it makes it seem like the biggest, body is going to be this week on that, which makes me feel like Hood's not going to stop selling till sub 117. I would not touch a long on Hood here for the life of me, but that's just me. I think it could pull back a little more, and I think as it pulls back, you get a little bit of profit taking happening too. We've got a big volume shelf, 100 to 105. Like if we took a hard bounce there, I would love to take like 30, 60 day out calls. But until then, we're so far away from the 200 as well. Like realistically, it could go so many different ways. Definitely not longs for me right here though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to like ride momentum and stay in, like I understand that aspect of it, but if you're looking to like trade, it's tough.
Yeah, I still have my shares. I still have like 250 shares on Hood. I'm not selling for anything. The company's fantastic. Do I think this is like the top and we pull back 50%? No, not necessarily. I love Hood overall as a company. I just think that as far as like adding positions, that volume shelf at like 101 to 105, that would be an area I might be interested. And until that, historically, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Right there, that's your point of control is back here. That UAMY was still ripping. I was just looking, the indexes are pushing up a little bit here into the close. We still haven't got back to 6,700 on SPX. It could be a little magnet here or a rejection spot. UQQ trying to validate that piece, which is good for the bulls. And we're at 25,000 on NQ for those that trade that pretty key level.
And on Hood for the last almost 2 years on Hood, it likes to, when it comes back to 200, we get heavy buying. So if we get into that area, I would be in a pretty big position. I'd be buying a pretty big position on some leaps if that happens.
Hey,
as well.
UAMY Phil trimmed at $300.
Nice.
Hey, must be popping up making new highs. CVNA, they have earnings as well. Is it after hours or today, or when is CVNA?
I've been
earnings?
muted. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was muted. CVNA had, Will was going over this a little bit earlier. They had a problem with their interest thing. You shorted 25K there on NQ. There's a nice rejection.
Okay, earnings is next week, 29th. God, their premiums are so expensive. There's some flow coming in on 367.5s for October 31st, but no way, Jose. Why is all of my other premiums now starting to work except for these two? What the hell?
The markers are against you.
Just for DraftKings and Apple.
Would not be surprised if that's the rejection point right there.
That's the spot on SPY. That's that level I was talking about earlier.
And it lined up with the whole number on NQ.
And ES should have a spot right there as well.
Yep. This is a 0.5 retrace on SPY as well. So this is where we would expect a little bit of rejection to happen. Yep. 667.56. Today's high to low midpoint.
Basically the same on SPX there.
See if Weeble customer support message me back. Probably not. Nope.
They're so hard to get a hold of usually.
Gordon,
What's up?
do you have Elster's asking about the options market sentiment? Could you look at that on Prospero actually?
Yeah. Let me look at it.
That would be sick.
Let's take a look. Starting with IBM.
No, we can't really see it, but because it's on the mobile
can,
app, but I would love to
I
know
can
what the
show it.
Prospero AI says about it.
Net option sentiment on the short term, 69. It's not really super bullish. Upside breakout on the longer term is not bad. It says 75. Not like amazing readings here, but the net social sentiment on IBM is really high right now in the technicals. And it has been looking good. We've all been saying that. So I don't think, it doesn't look like hedge funds and institutions are flooding into this right now, though.
What about for Tesla?
Tesla, I was actually taking a look at. Something that always brings me confidence with Tesla, whether it's like, even if earnings goes down and just like being confident that I'm okay to hold, is that upside on the long term, which is 100, especially going into an earnings day like this. I just love to see that at as high as it can be, which means like longer term hedge funds and institutions really believe that Tesla will make an all-time high, which we're not far from it, right? I believe the same thing. In terms of net option sentiment, it's a little low. It's not super low, but like not in the area where I'm getting really excited. It's at 70. So it could be better, but could be much worse too. The technicals look really good on Prospero. And that's about it for Tesla. The short-term signals can get really kind of here and there in terms of like net option sentiment, because you know how Tesla can have its like really great days and bad days, but the long term has always stayed stable, like predicting the upside breakout. So longer term, I think you never have to worry about anything with Tesla personally, but I think in the shorter term, you got to always look for that volatility to be there, right? I've never really seen Tesla on the short term too certain lined up with like the long term at the same time, but it'll get there.
I like that. Shout out to Prospero.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Let's see.
Got some great stuff, guys, and the app's free. I mean, like if you're not using it, you're honestly just losing. Like you don't have data that is very useful. I also use it on QQQ all the time. That's just to see like, hey, when we're selling off, is net option sentiment dropping to 0? Because if it is, that really really scares me a bit for the next couple of days, and that can give us some good sentiment for day trades. So I always keep an eye on that too.
So Jordan's looking at the Prospero app. It's a free app that you can get from the App Store, the Google Play Store, for anybody. They also have like a lot more stuff that they're building out. You can also invest in them. We've had them on quite a bit lately, George and others. So here's the link. Let me just drop that in the chat right there for Prospero. 8 days left to invest. They've got up to 30% already in here. 351. This number was like 300 just like a few days ago. A bunch of people getting in here towards the end on Prospero. But you can check out, you can read a whole lot more about what they do, what it is. And then, like I said, the app is completely free. They're also getting like an alert service and some other stuff going. But really check out Prospero. Nice rejection off of this 25K.
Also,
scalp if you took it. Go ahead.
I gotta say, Jordan's commercial he made, the doorbell, where you're running up to the.
So I'm making one for Earnings
God.
Hub right now. You guys get ready. That's what I've been doing. That's why I've been quiet. I'm making one for Earnings Hub right now. So you just wait. I'm about to post it on Twitter. Everybody get ready. You better be refreshing my profile.
I saw that this morning
because I'm about to post it.
I tell you this, Jordan is the little wizard with some of this, like
it's
this
great.
Sora AI stuff.
It's like the videos I constantly see on TikTok that I absolutely love, like that guy who's got the kid too, and he does all the doorbell videos, and like it's brilliant. That's what Jordan just did with that. That is awesome. I loved it.
The doorbell video is great.
Yeah, that was good.
Core wheat flow 140s for December.
We're back on SPY. The 667.10 has been pretty much the most important level of confluence I've got on my chart from the last 30 plus days. So, and we're right back there. Of course, not perfectly 667, but that 660, and I know KC was talking about this range the other day too, that 667, 667.50 range has been kind of where we've been pivoting a lot lately. So I'm curious to see what it does at this range off this bounce.
It's popping. 5-minute chart.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to get a push maybe.
I was looking at core wheat.
Whoa, what is that? I'm waiting for a headline.
For December. They're freaking expensive.
I added a new filter on my mic. Have you guys heard my dogs barking at all since I've been on?
The whole time.
I was trying to make sure if it worked or not. I'm sorry if you really did.
Are they terriers?
Oh, they're
Essa just said everything is on the table in talks with China.
They're horrible. 2 Pomeranians and a Chihuahua. So the yippy ankle biters, all 3. I sound like the crazy lady on my morning streams, but when I'm doing it by myself, I'm yelling at my dogs the whole time. Oh gosh. I like NVIDIA still. We have a month out from earnings. It tried to hold better than the SPY today. Like, of course, it gave it up. We're down 1% now, but it held until the SPY really started like slamming down. NVIDIA tried to hold pretty well. Of course, I want like 183, 185 level, but I think NVIDIA is set up to possibly get a nice little push here off this flag. We've been bouncing off like the 0.5 retrace of that 161 to 195 range. So I have some 1121 calls, just so you guys know. They're high risk, but NVIDIA looked like shit for a few days, but it's starting to like find a floor. So that's when I am. And we have earnings not for a little bit, so that makes me very happy. Today it bounced right off that 618.
What was I saying earlier? NVIDIA gets bought back up about $1.20, $1.30 and still holds this 50-day.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's one that I think can get, everything's a little sketch right now, but if I had to put my money anywhere, it's going to be NVIDIA here for a little pop. I like that it held the last few days, that level relatively well. I guess the last few weeks. No, it's 4 hour. Last week or so. I would have loved to see it come down and like kind of clear out. Oh, I guess it did clear out that low from the 15th. Okay. But unfortunately, we do have a big volume shelf above our head. So we got to get back above that.
I think we're about to drop right here.
Yeah,
SPX is hitting that same thing. Yeah.
Breast kind of weak ticks going back. I got a light short from 31 in the ES.
The 25,000 short on NQ. Probably going to play out for about 25, 30 points. SEV, I don't know this one. Aptera Motors, the guy is on like Fox Business right now. It's flying. There goes CoreWeave. Oh yeah. Oh shit. About fucking around and get into SMCI again.
Bayfo.
Yeah, flow on CoreWeave. And their contracts are so expensive though. God, that's insane. That's within the last 22 minutes. They bought $12.37 million worth of those calls.
Oh my.
What are they doing to CoreWeave? Oh.
Just noticed crude oil up 3.5%, up $2, 59.26.
Yeah. There was a headline a while ago that the U.S. could sell long-range missiles to Ukraine.
Oh, I see. There was another. Yeah, there was a. Besant said that a substantial pickup in Russian sanctions are expected. We will announce the Russian sanctions today or tomorrow. So that's going to move the oil markets on that news.
I wonder if they want SPX to close above 6,700. Just magnet it up there another 5 points.
If they do, these ticks need to improve because they're pretty lackluster plus 200, plus 150. I mean, the last 5 minutes has been pretty weak on the ticks.
Hey, my DraftKings position is no longer down 99%. It says it's flat at 0. Let's go. Just added like $1,500 back to my P&L. Piece of shit. Jordan. I'm gonna have to pull this up.
Oh, you watched the video. You watched the video. Everybody go to my X and watch the video. It's good. It's a good one.
This cracked me up, Jordan.
Yeah, get it. The AI shit, baby. Let's go. I gotta keep being creative, though.
All right, hold on.
I hate the way that looks on.
The bull in his passenger seat.
Hold on,
right?
That's great.
Hold on.
Yeah, they might just push to the 6,700.
QCOM curling up a little bit. You ready for this? Jordan?
Let me see.
You guys see this?
Guys, the exercise! You can listen to the Tesla earnings call for free only on earningshub.com!
Only on Earnings Hub, baby.
Guys, the exercise! You can listen to the Tesla earnings call for free only on earningshub.com!
The side eye from
Look,
the
I got the
bull.
bowl up in there and everything.
Oh my god. The Bulls was like, what are you doing?
Bull's pissed off. He's like, dude, chill. We don't even know yet.
He's like, why are you yelling at me? I'm right here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would crack me up, dude.
Some dumb shit, you know? You gotta have fun with it.
Wow, what oil news just happened about 7 minutes ago? Holy shnipe.
It's the Russia thing.
Okay.
Russian sanctions. Besson said they're putting Russian sanctions on today or tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Was the news.
Yeah, oil up 4% now.
They are loading up the newswires today. China, they got this. Tesla, throw Tesla into the mix.
Yeah, XLE's ripping face.
30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen. When's TTD gonna get this breakout? Where are these calls sitting out? If your SPX looks up into this. Go, baby, go. Just keep stunting it. I hope you guys can see my screen because I can't see anything anymore, but
We can see it.
dude, you're getting a Dell. Valero is flying. Exxon obviously flying too.
Yep, Chevron, CVX on fire. All the oil names on big bids.
Damn, should have taken that MCL long. Little MCL, micro Colgate. Now, if you took CoreWeave, I'll be trimming into the strength right here. Did you pop over here, or you get smacked at the SPX level right here, right now?
67.
Substantial pickup in Russian sanctions. Premiums are getting spready. I don't know which one Good Time Restaurants is, but there's a 16% pop out of nowhere. What's the ticker? DTIM. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. Do they have options? Oh shit, they do. Oh, they're stupid though. You can't, they're non-tradable. Good Time Burgers and Frozen Custard. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar. Never heard of this. Bad Daddy's sounds like a place I'd like to go. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. Straight up. Way up, I feel blessed. Straight up, straight up. I think you could get a nice rejection here.
Yeah, if this wicks 67 is going to be the area. Yeah, a little bit.
Here's the 1 minute. I never look at the 1 minute, but dude, the internals today got fucked up. Look at Vol DQ. That is. Look what's going on. They could have hired. What the hell? Look at today, yeah. Look at all multiple times today, and it's doing it right now. You see it flashing? Oh, this has got to be off. This can't be. It happens. Usually it happens like once or twice you'll see in a candle, like every now and then. But look how many times it's happened today. Yeah, there's something off of the data because look, Vol D Vol D is perfectly fine. It's just Vol DQ. It's happened something wrong. There's something wrong with this. It's insane. Yeah, there's something wrong with the data. NVIDIA peeking through VWAP. CrowdStrike looking strong. Palantir had a quiet recovery. Dude, PC. It's still going.
What is?
The Good Times,
Oh, is
Baghdadi
it?
Pub, whatever restaurant.
Well, trim some core weave if you took them here. That baby flying. Still
Ooh.
going. Still going.
Ooh. Oh, my QCOM coming back almost green.
Yeah, QCOM looks good. I'm taking TTD and SMCI again.
Oh, look
as
at
well.
Dell.
Yeah, this stuff's ripping off the bottom.
Just looked, my portfolio's up like a lot off the lows. Those options I had like came roaring back. I haven't looked at Reddit in a while. Oh, that's gross.
Another ugly chart. It's like a bad Head and Shoulders.
Broken chart, yeah. What is this? I mean, good God.
They have earnings. When's the earnings? Click on the bottom down there.
30th,
30th, is that what it is? Yeah.
next Thursday. SPX popping through.
I think I might have to buy a Dell.
I've been an investor in Dell. I like the stock, I like the company, and also full disclosure, I've spent so much freaking money on their products over the last long time. Figured it made sense to invest in them. When I for a small business, when I was spending 20, 30 grand on devices, I said, okay, get a piece of this company. I don't know why I felt like the market was about to close.
19
yet,
minutes to
almost.
go.
19 more minutes.
I do think we get one little downdraft into this somewhere. Unless they just rip it straight back.
You get an instant reclaim and hold on SPX here.
What was the overnight low in the ES? It looks like it was 67.64. I don't know if we get there. That'd be a pretty big move. Got a little resistance here from this morning right in this area.
TTD, nice move into the close. Really like this one.
Like we talked about Hood wanting to bounce off that 50-day.
It did reclaim
almost
125.
3%. Look at that, off the low today.
Holding the bottom of
It's
that daily
4%.
fair value amp that I have.
4%, yeah, 4% bounce off the low, off the 50-day alone.
Right off your 50.
2.81%, $3.50 a share. Yes, just hit VWAP. If this falls back under 6,700, then you could get a little acceleration for 10 points on SPX. Exxon's still pushing highs.
About 25% on NVIDIA, since I mentioned it a few minutes ago that I like it for a bounce. I was muted. I didn't like alert it per se, but if anyone grabbed a little of that on a day trade, I didn't realize I was muted like an idiot.
No, I heard you and I full poured, and I just made a shitload of money.
NVIDIA closes over 180. It could look really good. For
Dude,
trade.
like
I may have to get back in.
I've been watching it on the daily and weekly. You can see this pennant that it's in.
Yep.
And it's just that 180 is just right there, just trying to keep that freaking pennant from breaking down.
Yep.
You guys are gonna make me buy my 185 calls for next week back.
Right. I closed my 1031s, but I kept open my 1121s, and I regret closing the 1031s. I kind of panic sold them. NVIDIA held up better than the SPY for the first part of the dump today. I really think NVIDIA, even if it's just a couple day push, I think NVIDIA can get a little hot because a lot of investors aren't short-term trading, Tesla shit that has earnings in the next couple days. So NVIDIA still has some give.
Yep, there's your rejection.
Yep. You know what's interesting? Tesla, the expected move has dropped by almost 60 cents.
Really interesting.
Yeah, well, I can probably show you a chart that'll tell you why.
Yeah, implied vol came in slightly, and the VIX coming down.
All right, look at this VWAP projection back under 6,700. I wonder if that was a short covering rally there or if it's actually just recovery. Not hard to tell in this market.
You had a lot of people short early too, so you're gonna have some people trying to get flat coming into the close.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was wondering how much of that was short covering the last, because it's pretty, I don't know, not algo-y, but you know what I mean. It's very orderly, directional.
Yeah, a little bit of short covering, just kind of bought on the way up. I'm sure because you had people short from early.
Yep.
There's your back test, 6,700. That fell
still
right
got
there. Yeah,
overall,
still a lot of time.
A little bit of time left, but breath still. I mean, Nasdaq breath is 3-to-1 negative still. even after the bounce.
Yeah, that kind of makes me think about my suspicion might be right here.
I mean, if you take, energy caught a bid off the oil news, which obviously helped a little bit. But I mean, tech rallied obviously off the lows, but it was still the weakest sector of the day.
I still think we got like 2 weeks till earnings on it. And yes, I'm going to reiterate, it is a shit company, but I still think Snap could do something here. It's breaking out of this falling wedge. I've made money on it 3 times in the last few weeks. Like
I know
keep
you
making
have.
money on it. The pops are insane.
The lead into this, though, the way you led into that, it was like, what tickers is going to be? I know this is a shit company.
It goes from like 760 to like 880. I'm making like 150%. And I'm like, okay, and I'll buy it again. And now it's bouncing off the same damn level again. And then it rips.
This chart is so crazy.
Oh, it's horrible, but it's been popping every time it hits this level up to, 850 plus. And that's a big move from $8, especially if you buy like 1121, some shit like that.
I keep hearing, I think the argument is that they have like intrinsic value down here, like book value almost, or like IP value at this level.
Yeah. It's like, it's like that hot stove. I keep coming back. Sometimes, it's a nice warmth, like a campfire. Other times it's like scalding me. So,
I like trading Snap as well. Like, just in certain times. The last time I traded Snap was the beginning of August when it came back into like the mid 7s.
Yep.
And I held that thing for so long, and then I ended up being down like 40% because of theta.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some more at $7, and I did. Got my average up a little bit, and then lo and behold, what happens after that? That thing went on a freaking ripper for days, and I made 300%.
And that's exactly it. Like, when it catches a bid, it gets real nice volume. The volume, unfortunately, has died off. I think the volume will come back in over 8 if it could actually hold over 8, like a weekly candle open close above 8. So yeah, I give it a little bit of time on the contracts, but I don't know. Snap as a company has been disappointing. Snap as a product is very popular. So it's like I'm torn. I'm torn with this company. I've talked about that before, though. This is one of them companies, like if they could just get the right people in there, maybe it would do something. This little falling wedge is calling my name. I was like, you want to play me. Just give me up to like, that 200 up at 880. I'll be happy.
They're just going to pin the 6,700, it looks like, maybe.
Probably.
Say, what's the MOC?
It was pretty small. And it was just under $1 billion buy side on S&P and NASDAQ both.
Okay. Yeah, nice and little intraday reverse along cores. It hit the weekly 9. Getting a nice little cup and handle.
You say cores?
Breakout. Yes. Not
Cores
that
lot?
cores.
Oh.
No, CORZ.
So you're talking about cores.
Well, I'm about to head out.
Casey's about to bounce.
Just non-testy.
Yeah.
Oh, was that you, Amp?
Is that me? What?
Is that you that said that? I'm about to head out.
No.
that was me.
Oh. I know you guys sound kind of similar right now.
I know.
I
I
said
get a lot of
Coors Light
DMs
and-
on X about like
I
I won't
get those
even
all the
be
time.
on Spaces or anything. Emp will be talking about something on Spaces, and whatever the topic is and what he talks about, people will go and DM me questions, and I'm like, "Where did you hear this?" Because I haven't talked about this shit all day, and I don't
Dude,
understand
I got one the other day. I was like, "Hey, appreciate the call out on like Pepsi or something like that." I was like, "You're welcome."
it. Emp's like,
You're
"You're welcome."
Yeah, you just
You're
make it
welcome.
easy.
Did
and
it
say
work?
you're welcome.
All right, you're welcome.
He's like, "Hey, any call outs that didn't go
When it didn't
in
work,
my
I'm like,
favor,
"Oh,
that was Casey." But the winning ones, yeah, that was me.
That's
Yeah.
Em's
That's
gonna be
how-
getting messages. They're gonna be like, "Man, fuck you, man. I lost money on that trade." Em's gonna be like, "Nah, fuck, that was Casey, man. I lost money too." And
Yeah,
then people are
fuck
gonna
that
come and
guy.
be like, "Yo, I appreciate the 300% on KO calls." Em's like, "My dog, we crushed it. Let's go." Jesus. Well, let's see Tesla just IV crush for earnings and all these contracts get obliterated and the Iron Condor pays.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think the first move will be the wrong move.
So I just need to load up the TLSG.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up two numbers. Let's see. I'm gonna set an alert for Tesla at 426.28 downside. And then I'm gonna set an alert for 449.2.
And
I
I
think
think
we're gonna
7 minutes or so after the bell, and they typically report 7 to 8 minutes after the bell. Last quarter, it was 407, 407, 409, 407, 409.
Tesla's popping into the close right now.
see if Tesla stays within that range.
They are
Yes.
hitting SPX.
I just booked my vacation for the spring. I'm
Let's
super
go.
excited. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We're gonna go to Copenhagen and then into Sweden.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Copenhagen.
Cannot wait.
I'm headed
Makes
to
me
Europe
feel
in
so
2
good.
weeks.
You're what?
Headed to Europe in 2 weeks. I'm going
Nice.
to Lyon, France, and then I'm spending 5 days after that in Budapest.
That's amazing. I was in Budapest once, super short term. I was in Croatia about 18 months ago, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. I like it way better than Italy. If anyone's ever undecided between the two, which I know is random, but I loved Croatia. It's beautiful. Way better than
I
Italy,
heard
in
it's
my
amazing
opinion.
there. That was on my bucket list. Haven't
Yes.
been there yet.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Split. That whole area is just love it.
I'm doing
Nice.
Lake
Where you
Como
going in
next
Europe?
summer.
Where in Europe are you going?
I'm going. I was just saying, I'm going to Lyon, France,
That's right.
and then right on the Swiss, and then going to Annecy, which is on the Swiss border.
Amazing. I
8-day
can't
trip.
wait.
Switzerland. I'm just getting all my systems loaded up over here for the Tesla earnings.
Let's go, Qualcomm. Give me a new high a day before market close. You can do it. 2.5 minutes. Send it. All right. I got the level set on Tesla. I want it to stay within an open within that range by the open.
Quick reminder, we do have IBM, LRCX, some other names coming out as well. We'll try to get those updated for everyone, but Tesla's going to be the belle of the ball today.
I'm ready.
Michael said I don't have international budget yet. I'm going to Denver next week. Denver's a nice place. Croatia's the poor man's Italy. We are keeping this open for the Tesla earnings, so I'll get the numbers out to you as soon as I hear them. We'll have the chart up here. We may look into it a little bit deeper, and then I think we're going to close out because I'm going to go back to Stocks on Spaces. But I may go live again and see if I can stream the call on here for you guys.
I need to go on a trip out of the country.
A little bit of a fade into the close.
QCOM, go! All right.
Market makers just trying to get that premium out of the 6700s.
Posted my Tesla position on X. So if you want to see that position that I took, it is over there. You can go see that. That is what I'm swanging.
You guys can see mine on Savvy Trader.
earnings.
You can see all my long-term positions on Savvy Trader as well. Connected to Earnings Hub. So
6,700 butterfly. Let's go.
yeah, look at that. Let's go.
8 seconds. Pin that thing.
Love it.
Pinned it. There it is. Right on the money.
6699.5. Right under it. Beautiful.
I did a $5 wide butterfly about 10 minutes ago. Right into the close.
I like it.
God, if you take the high of day and low of day, they closed it right at equilibrium at 50%. Right on SPY. Insane.
Nice.
All right, well, I'm jumping off. Hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I catch you guys tomorrow.
Peace out. Bye, guys. Enjoy the kiddos.
Later.
Appreciate you guys coming on, trading with us.
Yep. It was a pleasure.
I'll see you guys in the morning. I'll be on for
Sounds
open,
good.
on market open.
Later,
Bye, guys.
What an awesome day. Can't wait for Asia. This guy Tommy's just an animal. I love it. Sounds good, Tommy. Going to work. Have a great day.
Straight 24 hours a day trading, just every session.
Yeah, he so when Asia starts, he'll come back. Like he'll go train dogs. He like has a business where he's like training dogs basically. It's really cool. And
Wow.
And he does that when he's like not trading, which is a very small amount of time, I'm pretty sure. But yeah.
You're trading the Globex session. It's can be a fun one. Nothing really gets jammed until like 3 o'clock, 2-3 in the morning. I don't think till you get London open.
Yeah, but I know him. He'll be trading gold and stuff and other shit that's moving. It's funny.
Yeah,
it's wild.
You can get some stuff. You can get some moves early in Asia sometimes.
Yeah.
For some reason, the midnight is like a time slot too. I don't know why. Right.
Usually, if I ever get an entry before Asia starts, Asia is what pushes me to like the TP I'm looking for when we have like an overnight gap.
Ramping Tesla up here a little bit. Jockeying for position.
Yeah, it'll start jumping all around here, especially because like some people pull orders.
Yeah.
And so like the book gets so thin that it just starts moving everywhere. It just came out.
No, it's out already?
No. I'm saying something else just came out.
Oh, I was gonna say. I'm like, it didn't move very much.
LRCX maybe is moving.
Lamb Research.
Essence making comments right now on Fox Business. He's going to Malaysia. He's meeting with the Chinese counterpart.
IBM too. Nothing on IBM.
Hey, I
yet.
see Tesla numbers, but I don't believe them. And we got a True Social. We got too much going on right now.
They might be out.
Nothing. It
Yeah, I
says 28 billion is a beat. EPS. Numbers are
Wow.
up.
Slightly soft, but if this is where we kind of stay before the call, this is just a huge IV crush.
I see.
And here we go.
I see non-GAAP 55 cents versus 50 cents as a beat. I see 26.5 billion revenue is short versus 28 according to this source. Let me check another source here. Yes. Non-GAAP 50 cents versus 0.54. Gross margin 18%. It's a beat on that part. Operating income came in underneath as well. They said Robotaxi, Tesla Semi are both on schedule.
Looks like slightly lower.
Yeah,
Not
moving
much
down,
of a move,
down
but
1.5%.
very mild move. I would say this is inside the expected move today.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, part of this is going to come down to the earnings call and what Elon says on the
Yeah,
call.
that was my statement.
I expected the earnings probably to be a pretty mild event. It's going to be more about the later.
Their energy numbers are so really good.
You know, the question about the energy numbers too is going to be a little interesting, whether or not the tax credits on a lot of the solar and a lot of those items are expiring. And what does that look like for Tesla near term?
Lamb Research is all over the map on this other one. So back to nothing.
So
Big
they're a
old
little
nothing
light.
burger.
Yep, big old great iron condor crush is what it's going to be. Granted that they don't say anything on the call that's too crazy. I don't think you're going to get the stock ramping. I mean, I actually expected, I thought that the earnings would have been slightly better based on the deliveries in the quarter, but so revenues were up, but they must have been on the margin side, must have been a little bit weaker.
Yeah, the margins said they were a little bit better. We achieved our highest quarterly energy storage deployments. Mega Factory, Shanghai. Gross profit increased year over year to a record 1.1 billion. Almost 6 billion miles on
Full self-driving.
SD now. Yeah. Q1 Nevada production. Q4 of next year, they'll have a lithium mine in Texas in production. IBM just
Another
reported $2.65. Slight beat on IBM. They beat on revenue 16.3 versus 16.0 something. So slight double beat. Their guidance may be weak. IBM moving to the downside here just a bit, down 5%. Lam Research, LRCX, moving up 4%. Their earnings report. Let's see if the numbers have updated over here. Yeah. LRCX double beat. Yep, double beat there. Nothing crazy on the numbers. I don't see IBM's updated yet. I don't see Tesla's updated yet. Tesla's back positive.
Yep. If we stay in this range,
y'all are golden. Unless, well, the thing is, you're golden unless the call goes wild.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess the questions I'm sure are going to be around robotaxi and robotics and everything else.
Yeah, Optimus.
Yeah,
robotaxi is the biggest question mark. When is it going to expand? When is it going to produce revenue?
Correct. And if they evade those questions, I think Tesla probably moves lower if he doesn't really give a concrete timeline other than saying on schedule. What does on schedule mean?
Right.
We waited for the Tesla Roadster for how long now?
Hamid had like a down whenever you could put like a down payment on it. He canceled it and got his money back.
Yeah, right.
It basically turned into an interest-free loan for Tesla, honestly.
Yeah. So I think the wide iron condor is going to be a nice play in Tesla. Granted, the call doesn't go wild. Even if it does, I do still think Tesla probably will be inside the expected move.
They did say they are building advanced AI chips in the U.S. with Samsung.
Right.
They did confirm that. That's one of the questions that's going to be asked on the call. Cybercab's Tesla Semi and Megapack 3 are on schedule for volume production starting in 2026. First generation production lines for Optimus are being installed in anticipation of volume production. All right, I think we're in a good spot here.
Yep.
I think you guys, we'll see how the call goes later, but yeah.
Great day.
All right,
We'll
guys.
see how that call goes.
Will, appreciate you. Jordan, as always, pleasure, my brother.
Yep.
I know we'll be
Yes,
talking
sir.
here shortly anyway.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Good afternoon.
Later,
All right. Take care,
Have a good
Will.
one, brother.
I'm going to Stocks on Spaces over on X. Maybe playing the Tesla earnings call there. Somebody is, I think. May get us back live just to stream that. I don't know. That's what I'm going to figure out in the next 30 minutes or so.
Bet. Well, I'm going to make some food, and then I'll be listening to this earnings call, and I know me and you will be talking later. So, beautiful day, everybody. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing on the channel.
Yeah,
what a day.
appreciate
We'll
you
see how
guys.
this call goes, but everybody stay safe.
25% of you voted flat. Look to be correct so far. All right. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.